It is 6:36 now. We're turning to the coronavirus fight here in Maryland. We have now surpassed 190,000 infections since the beginning of the pandemic. Other key metrics are seeing an increase as well. Now, there are fears that holiday celebrations could be super spreader events, with one survey showing more than 4 out of every 10 Marylanders did not change or cancel their Thanksgiving Day plans. WJZ investigator Mike Helgren has more on the concerns about the potential danger.
We still have so much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for the doctors, nurses, first responders, and all of the healthcare heroes.
A message of hope and thanks from the governor as Maryland struggles through a surge in cases of the coronavirus.
Thank you for standing together in this fight and for staying Maryland strong.
The Department of Health recorded another 2,319 new infections and 29 new deaths. The positivity rate is down slightly to 6.38%. State police have joined enforcement efforts of COVID restrictions across Maryland. There's fear family gatherings could lead to a significant rise in cases. Some people waited in long testing lines in recent days before heading out, and a number risked traveling out of state.
It was pretty empty.
This college student from Maryland is headed to Massachusetts.
I'm going to get a COVID test.
Yeah, I'm going to quarantine.
The issue that I'm genuinely worried about, and I think you're speaking to me about right now, is what happens as a result of the holidays. And that could potentially be like a super spreader event in multiple different pockets across our state, because multiple different people get together and then spread this virus even further. So there is a chance that this could get significantly worse through December and January. So now you've got 3 potential things that might create the perfect storm, which means a significant volume of patients who are becoming infected, our hospitals becoming overwhelmed, and that's my biggest concern as we move through these next 2 months.
Many families are spending this Thanksgiving without a loved one for the first time. The coronavirus has claimed more than 4,000 lives in Maryland. Reporting from the Inner Harbor, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
It's 6:38 now. State police did not have to make any arrests after patrolling last night for their first night of COVID-19 enforcement. Preliminary information shows troopers made more than 700 checks at restaurants and bars Wednesday night, but officers say they only gave out a few warnings for people not wearing masks or practicing social distancing. The enforcement will continue through the end of the holiday weekend. Now, one Baltimore-based entrepreneur is doing his part to help stop the spread, and it has something to do with this mask you see behind me. It looks something like scuba diving equipment. Stetson Miller explains, however, it's all about the Norwal mask and why it's in high demand.
This is Alex Rattree wearing what looks like scuba diving gear, but it's actually a face mask that the Baltimore-based entrepreneur designed himself.
So this is a product that we created for high-risk individuals, people who are vulnerable.
It's called the Norwal mask, named after the unicorn of the sea. It's a full-face respirator created to offer more comfort and protection than your typical face mask. Alex came up with it earlier in the pandemic when he was living with a roommate who was high risk.
She was both immunocompromised and she had a lung condition, and we were living together when, you know, lockdown struck.
It has an airtight seal and eye protection, and its filter has a 99.5% efficiency rating, higher than standard N95 masks. And it's become very popular, not just among high-risk people, but also those that are just trying to be extra careful.
We saw incredible demand, we sold out, and we really want to be able to get as many of these out as possible.
Alex started selling it publicly last week for $85, manufacturing it in California, and soon to be made here in Maryland as well. And he expects the demand only to grow even more.
It's looking like a lot of people are going to need this through January, February, everything. As winter pushes people indoors, we see cases rise. Fortunately, people are probably going to have to look to protect themselves even more.
And the mask comes in 2 sizes, and you can buy it online. Head to WJZ.com to find out how to buy one yourself. I'm Stetson Miller reporting for WJZ.